Cranky Yankee here to give you the breakdown of the Verstappen penalty. And this is why I do this stuff, because no one actually, I feel like no one looks at it. They just look at what F1, I'm telling you, there's a reason why F1 took down the replay for a day. There's a reason why they put out the little clip. There's a reason why they're not showing any other onboards. There's a reason why they're saying his purple sector time. The purple sector time is made up of 5 turns. Why didn't they talk about the 5 turns, which I'm going to, if they even let me leave this up. So I'm giving you the preamble, but it is helpful today because this, I'm telling you now, when you see it, I'm not trying to convince you or change your mind. I'm not even trying to pass a judgment. I'm just saying at least make a decision based on all the information instead of just trusting what everyone's telling you and going with it. That's how we get in places where we're in some just echo chamber. And you can call me a fanboy if you want, but that's what people do when they're uncomfortable. I spent 40 minutes defending Leclerc for the most parts on a video I made, which took me a week. So how can I be a fanboy of everyone and always be apologizing for everyone? So take what I have with a grain of salt and just make up your own mind. But let's look at it. So they are citing this opinion. We're going to look at it. They're citing this right here: signal to drivers to warn them of duties, danger, and difficulty, which they may be unable to see. And by the way, this is a duties document, so I don't. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, a failure to slow at a yellow." That's not the rule, but okay, that's actually not the rule. So just keep that in mind as you are passing your judgment. That is not actually a rule. That's not actually the rule they're citing. So it's not failure to slow at a yellow. But never mind that. They actually are quoting the duties of the officers who are waving the flags. But because the failure to slow at the yellow is not actually in that section. But let's go through it. Okay, so here's the turn right here. And what he says also in the press conference, again, because everyone's just quoting each other, he doesn't say that he ignored a yellow flag. He got it. First of all, that him and that guy, from my understanding, what I've heard, they have a bit of a history with those questions. And just the questions in general, because he knows that question, right? That the question was, you saw, it looks like you said a purple time. Already he's starting off contentious with that question. He's trying to undermine the actual poll. Now, does that mean he can't be a reasonable, rational human and answer? No. That's two things can be true at once. Max is a jerk, but this is not as cut and dry as you guys are making it seem like. Of course they didn't investigate it. Because we can look at Lewis Hamilton. He did the exact same thing. And all Max says is, I saw Valtteri wreck. He didn't say I saw the yellow flag in that sentence that everyone keeps quoting. Now, I'm going to also say, that guy with the yellow flag, it came out last second because it just happened. Of course Vettel saw him. And he did lift off. Vettel did get back on the throttle for like half a second and realize it wasn't worth it. I'll show you that if you want, but I'm telling you right now, and I'll turn the audio all the way up. So let's see where the guy is waving the flag. F1, oh God, yes, you showed the 6-second clip of him waving. And if this was Leclerc, I'd do the same thing. Yes. Is it possible he missed that guy? Sure. Is it also possible he ignored him? I don't know, but I know for sure that he said he saw Valtteri wreck. And if you've seen Gallagher over at WTF1 makes a really cool video of like eye positioning and tracking and how the racers are looking like here. So if he's looking here at the turn, and this, let's agree, this is a little bit archaic, some dude waving a flag, right? I'm not saying he can't see that. I'm saying for sure he sees Valtteri, in which we know. So if he sees Valtteri and he knows he's clear of Valtteri, he didn't slow down. It's a turn. It's not like he's going flat out. Now he gets back on the throttle. In his eyes, he has to be considering the danger of what if I lose the rear end. But I mean, what are we talking about here? He gets back on the inside. He already has the lap record. Like in his eyes, and then let's play devil's advocate. In his eyes, he's passed. He sees the yellow flag and he sees the finish line and he's like, I'm already passed, right? I'm already passed. What's the point of this? And you could be saying, yeah, okay, maybe. Lewis Hamilton does the exact same thing. All we know is that Verstappen says he didn't see the flag. Now, whether you want to believe that or not is up to you. I'll leave that up to you. Do I think Verstappen could have missed this? I think it's possible. I don't know how likely it is, personally, but it's definitely not. You definitely can't be saying, oh, he's just lying. That's not true. Because when you look at this turn, look at his racing line. He's looking here. And some guy just whipped out this flag because this just happened. It's not up on, look, I can actually try to, it's not up here yet. I think on some of the, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, it's right here sometimes. It's not up there. He didn't get a radio. And he's leaning into the turn. Look at his eyes. He's leaning into the turn. Is it possible, is all I'm saying, he missed that? Sure. Yeah, it is possible, guys. It is. And honestly, you don't catch the glimpse of the flag waving until he's like by it. Even with the naked eye looking for it. So let's go back one more time. And you can just now start to see it waving. It's not like he had, 300 meters to find this thing. So in his eyes, he's like, okay, yeah, I do see that flag. I'm not going to he's already by it. People keep saying, well, I don't know. I wonder what would have happened. What would have if he was going 20 miles per hour slower, would that have stopped any different from him losing the car going this fast? Now, if he saw the flag and didn't slow down, sure, yes, 100%. That's a penalty. But failure to slow for a yellow flag is not what they cited, number one. Number two, he didn't say I saw the yellow flag. He said I saw Valtteri crash. Okay? If he didn't see a yellow flag and he saw someone crash, why would you do anything different? And lastly, let's just go to Hamilton. Because, again, I'm not throwing Hamilton under the bus or doing like some whataboutism. I'm simply saying, if you're sitting here attacking Verstappen, I do the same thing for Leclerc. That's the crazy thing. If you're attacking Verstappen, why aren't you attacking Lewis? How's that any different? Go ahead, argue with me. Be fair. How is this any different? We'll look at it again. He's literally driving. The only difference is there is no overt yellow flag. Again, guys, we're talking about, he says he saw Valtteri, alluding to the fact he didn't see the yellow. Is it believable he didn't see the yellow? That's up to you. That's what you have to call. But if you're out here with these strong opinions based on what you think the driver saw going into the turn to the right with a guy with a stick on the left, that's what you're making the call about. The guy should have been right here. He doesn't pop out for Lewis, I don't think. He doesn't get out in time. Do you hear Lewis lifting off seeing Valtteri? Because isn't this the same thing? He's throttling up. Visibly throttling up. He's throttling up. And by the way, Verstappen does lift off here. And people keep saying, you said a purple sector. Okay. Where do you think he set the purple sector, guys? Because I'll show you. He set the purple sector through a purple, green, and this is a purple right here. So these sectors are broken down by turns. There's 6 turns. They count this last one in the sector count. So let's actually play it through, and I'll show you where the purple sector is. It's on the sector where he crashed, but he crashed at the end of the sector. So he goes green, purple. Why is that absurd? Why is that not not allowed for him to go green, purple? Hamilton went green here. Hamilton went yellow in the last sector. What's the difference between Hamilton setting a best time? Or I'm sorry, Vettel. No, this is Hamilton. Yeah, Hamilton went green. This is bigger screen over here. Hamilton went green. Verstappen went purple. Green is best. Green is personal best. Purple is overall best. What's really the difference? You don't think Hamilton pushed when he got his personal best, but not his purple, his all-time, the record best for that session? Because what is the difference between these two drivers? That's my entire point. Is I don't understand what everyone's talking about. Are you really going to sit here and say he had to see that flag? Because I'm going to argue with you that, okay, you can sit here and argue if he saw the flag, but you don't actually know if he saw the flag. And I can keep saying it if you guys want, but you guys signed up for this when you subscribed to this channel. I'm going to go deep on this stuff. This is what people are saying is the problem. The flag just came out. Again, it's F1's little video. They haven't... Ever since I've been making those longer videos, they have an agenda. They have an agenda. But they didn't make a judgment here. They did have this footage, guys. They did have this footage, and they didn't make a penalty call until he had the press conference because he was a jerk about it, and people had a problem. Don't you remember when they said no investigation for the Japanese Grand Prix first lap? And they got new footage? They didn't get new footage. People complained. I have a problem with the FIA doing this sort of stuff. Like, okay, there's the flag. Sure, fine. If you want to say, you have to make the claim he saw that flag. That's it. Because once he's by, he's by. He's by. Everyone's going, he's so immature and unsafe. He's by. Okay, then Lewis Hamilton is immature and unsafe. I don't believe that's true. I think Max can be a jerk, for sure. And that press conference was a bad look. But also think about the question he was asked. Who you said a purple time, Valtteri wrecked. It's faulty syllogism. It's a scarecrow argument, and he's setting him up, but he still can be responsible. So tell me what's different, and I'll turn it up. I don't know if you can hear it, but I want you to hear the revs too, because Lewis Hamilton. I don't have a problem with this. That's his teammate. So unless he wants to hurt his teammate, I don't know what we're talking about, guys. So let's get the volume up. Up. 7, 8. You can see it right there. He's in top gear. So it's a conversation over, right? This whole debate is about whether he saw the flag. That's it. That's all this comes down to then. He says he saw Valtteri. He says he saw Valtteri. Does that deserve a penalty? Because what they cite, I'm not making it up. You can see you can read it. 2451. 2451B is what they say. So that's the duties. Here's the signaling. So we're talking about the clerk. Signals are given. He needs to be it's just talking about duties, but that's okay. That everyone keeps saying, yeah, he failed to slow for the yellow flag. What? Why? Someone send me the link or something. That's all. I love being proven wrong, and I'm not even saying he doesn't deserve a penalty. You have to make the call that he saw that flag. I'm pretty comfortable that he could or he could not have. I know that press conference didn't help, but I think to take that poll away for that, I don't agree with that. So I'm not going to yank your chain. I'm going to give you my opinion. I don't think that should be the rule. I don't think that you should take it away. I think you should delete the lap time. If it's so close that they almost didn't investigate, why not just delete the lap time? Because that's not the rule. You guys keep saying, oh, well, that's the rule. That's not the rule. That's 100% not the rule they cited. So if that's what you're talking about, you're wrong. That's not the rule. Send me the rule, though. Maybe they cited the wrong rule again because they did it in Japan. Watch the video. They literally, and then they never came back with the right rule. It's actually unbelievable. But I'll stop there. This stuff bothers me. It bothers me why everyone is in echo chamber and says the same stuff. And I have to sit here and defend Leclerc and then Verstappen next week. And it's like, yeah, I just care about the truth. Let's look at what happened. Then Hamilton deserves the same exact penalty. Delete Verstappen's lap time. Delete his lap time. If he wasn't a jerk, you're giving him a penalty because he's a jerk. Fine. Then a lot of drivers should get penalties. And maybe that's the case. Maybe I'm naive. But I just make your decision based on this. Make your decision based on fact and information and evidence. That's all. I don't even think they'll let this go up because it's contentious and against their precious little narrative. But that's all. I'll stop there. See you guys for the race.